Alright, welcome back to another N.Verted episode. So we're going to start with Out for Launch. Now, this level, the hidden gem's right there at the very beginning of the level, so make sure you don't miss that. I mean, this pretty much went as well as you could expect. I don't know. I don't really know what to say during these inverted ones because I've already done post commentary on these levels basically when I did the insanely perfects. So like, I don't know, it just feels redundant to do it again, but at the same time, it would be weird without anything. So I don't know. But yeah, I mean, this level obviously wasn't much different. It's just inverted. So it's just a matter of getting all 6 gems in one run, which, you know, I know I don't need to do that. I just like to for these episodes. So I don't care about doing it in one life, but I would like to get all 6 gems in one run. So that's always the goal for these episodes, and that's what I've done in all previous ones. So anyway, yeah, so this level really wasn't that bad. Honestly, what I struggle with the most with inverted levels is the levels that I struggled a lot with trying to get the insanely perfect. The inverted levels just tend to be really difficult for me because I do the level so many times that like doing it inverted, like with like the flipped, like mirrored level, just like it messes with my brain and like my muscle memory. So like Crash Landed, that was so hard for me to do for some reason. I just couldn't, like, my brain could not forget like the muscle memory I had from doing Crash Landed insanely perfect, that like I just kept messing up on the inverted version of it. So you can see I missed those boxes, so I just killed myself because that's just the easiest thing to do, I guess, in that situation. But like, this level isn't very long. It's actually pretty easy. And I've actually kind of come to not mind Ika, I believe is the anti-gravity mask. I don't really mind it as much as I used to. I really hated it when I first played this game, but I don't mind it so much anymore. I've kind of really gotten used to it, having used it quite a bit now and playing these levels that uses it heavily, like Crash Landed and this one. Really, this whole island uses Ika pretty heavily, so it's not too bad. I still hate these walls though. These walls are the worst thing of the game, 100%. Like, I don't even mind the rails as much anymore. I used to not like them either, but I don't mind those as much anymore. The wall runs, though, garbage. So I have managed to get a little bit caught up and got myself a little bit ahead. It does help to do these this way with doing just like post commentary, because it allows me to just like pick up a controller when I have some time to try to get some levels done, where whenever I normally record and do like live commentary, I have to get out my microphone and plug it in and the whole setup. So doing it this way, it just allows me, like, if I have a couple minutes to try to do a level, I can just pick up my controller and just do it, just record it. So, and then I just talk over it afterwards, and it kind of works out. So I've managed to get a bunch of levels done. I have this episode, I have an insanely perfect episode done that I still need to voice over, and then I have another inverted episode ready to go too that I need to do the voiceover. So I'm going to do them all back to back right after this one, but it'll at least get me 2 episodes ahead now. So should be pretty good. Get a little bit back on track. Try to get a little bit ahead so I'm not scrambling all the time to try to get these episodes out. So this bonus level, I mean, I didn't struggle with it at all because I had it figured out from doing Insanely Perfect. So it's just a matter of doing it flipped. And honestly, this filter, whatever, like all the inverted island, like the whole island theme for this one, the inverted filter is not even that bad. It's just kind of like a weird, like, I don't know my filter names, but it's just like a very like cool blue kind of filter over top of everything. So it's not even really that bad. It doesn't really make anything hard to see. Like there are some that make things really hard to see. I don't know. I have read that the snacks dimension has a really bad like water effect going on with it, so I'm not really looking forward to that 'cause I haven't gotten to those yet. But they're coming up, so. So this is the final portion of this level. This little rail. And we got all 6 inverted gems in one run. I do change my skin. I don't know if it's in this episode I changed my skin or I don't know. I just change it up every now and then. Alright, so we're going to move on to shipping area now, which is Cortex, the Cortex timeline level. So this again, I struggled with this Cortex part in the Insanely Perfect, but in this, I didn't really struggle with the Cortex part at all. I do think I had to retry this level a lot though, because I kept messing up on the like crash portion of the level for some reason. I don't really remember. I did this now like a day and a half, 2 days ago now, so I'm not 100% remember on how much I struggled with this, but I definitely did struggle with this one. But I mean, it didn't take me like forever, maybe like 30 minutes or so. Because again, this isn't a super long level. It's a timeline level, so you play half as Cortex, half as Crash. And then the Crash portion is different from the regular level. Plus we're also inverted, so you know. But like this part coming up, I mean, it's arguably the hardest part of the level. And I just, damn it. Talking makes me cough. It's literally the only thing left of this cold. So anyway, this platform part coming up is arguably the hardest part of the level. But once you kind of get the timing down, it's pretty easy. There's not a whole lot of struggle to it. And then getting these boxes in the middle is a little bit difficult, but you just shoot them with your gun and you got them and you're good. And then just make your way back across so you can get a good shot across. And I mean, sometimes if I could shoot them both I would, but I managed to shoot the one and I was just like, screw that guy. Just jumped over top of him. So the rest of this Cortex part isn't too difficult. It's pretty easy, as you probably know if you watched the Insanely Perfect. There's the one tricky part with these like UFO guys, but I mean, even still, as long as you're careful, you'll be fine. And this part, you're just gonna make sure that one guy doesn't shoot you. If you can get him like that, to where you can turn him into a block before you land up there, it's a little better. Here we just gotta trigger it so we can get back across, trigger that, and then jump up and get the boxes. Make sure you freeze the guy so he doesn't shoot you. Now this is probably like the hardest part, just because there's these 3 UFO guys, and you gotta make sure you don't get caught in their little electrical beam thing, because it'll kill you. So you just gotta work your way up. Make sure that guy doesn't shoot you, because he can snipe you. So just make sure he's always, see, like he almost got me there. You just want to make sure that he is always aiming down at the platform he's on and only jump up on the very top one after he's shot, so you have the time. Another tip, always make sure you run forward far enough there so you don't rephase that guy back in, because that sucks. Okay, so crash portion. Again, it's not that hard, it's just different, so just you gotta be prepared for the different boxes. Like that box isn't there normally, and then this is set up a little differently here. TNT is just in a different spot. There's boxes along this, which I don't think there was in the regular version. This is the same here. I think those boxes are added in this one though. And we run back across this TNT, the trigger. This is all the same. These rail sections are slightly different. Actually, this one might be the same. The final one is definitely different. Now these guys here, this is all the same as both those hallways are all pretty much the same as the regular level with the enemies, so just take care there. Now this bonus level is a little different than the other one, but this is the way I do it and it works out the best in my opinion. It's just a tedious bonus level. It's a lot of going back and forth. Then we gotta go all the way back over and break those 9 boxes right here. Almost died. Not that it would have mattered because it's a bonus, and I don't think I've even died yet once. So, but still, it was close. Definitely clenched a little bit. Yeah, 0 deaths. Okay, so now this part is definitely a little different. There's a lot of nitro, which you see I just ran into that one. There's a lot of nitro here, and there's a lot more boxes, so just take your time and collect everything. Get rid of this UFO guy so you can bounce across here easily. Watch out when the guy shoots so you don't get caught. Let the guy down below shoot so you can jump across and spin him, then spin him. Let him shoot, then spin him, let him shoot. I'll let him shoot again just because there is usually a nitro crate on the ceiling, but he already blew it up, so usually I would stand up there and he'd shoot the nitro crate, then I'd just run across. So we're almost done here. Only a little bit left to go. Just this last hallway of enemies. Which again, just take your time. Pay attention to the guys that are shooting at you because they will snipe you. So, usually with these guys, it's best to just like flip your gravity once they shoot because it'll just get you out of the way. The hidden gem is right there. Make sure you catch it before you get on the elevator. And the final rail section, and then the end of the level. Which this final rail section is slightly different. At the end here, you have to do some quick movement. Alright, there you go. There's all 6 gems. 1 run. Shipping error. I think I even there's one of these. I don't know if it's this episode. It might be the next episode, but I got insanely perfect on one of these N.Verted. It's just not the first time that's happened, but it's always cool when you get in on N.Verted. Okay, so we move on to Stowing Away, which should be the final one for this episode. These levels were kind of long, so I usually, well, I guess this one's kind of long. The other two weren't super long. The other episode only has, well, I don't know. The N.Verteds will usually have 3, I guess, depending on the length of the levels. But the Insanely Perfects are only going to have 2 from now on. So, anyway, this level gave me a little bit of trouble. I remember doing this quite a few times just because I kept messing stuff up. Just even, like, it wasn't even necessarily hard stuff, just like, I was just messing up and I had to keep restarting. Of course, that's where the hidden gem is in the normal path, but it is not there in the inverted path. So, same way with this. Get this box on your way back. Trigger the platform again so it moves. Then continue on your way. We're going to do the same thing here. We're going to go forward, we're going to get that box, and we're going to wait for it to go back. Then we can jump and hit this golden bumpa box. Then you just continue on the way, and you break these boxes that are here. Careful here, wait for it to rise up before you jump onto that. And just get your way across. Now we have a Kano. I don't really like to use a Kano to get rid of these electric guys, because it just feels a little unwieldy sometimes. I took a hit there. I really hate that those guys around the TNT box. It's not enjoyable. So I get this real quick, and then I run back, and I break the lockbox of the TNT without getting hurt. Then we spin the last guy, break the TNT, do the bonus. So it took me a couple attempts to remember how to do this bonus, so I cut all the failures out. But once I remembered how to do it, it was easy. But this one just takes a little bit of like waiting on TNT and then jumping at the last minute, so you can, like, this part's a little tricky. You just have to bounce up. Just a lot of manipulating the TNT. Make sure you hit this exclamation first, because it'll unveil those nitros. And this is probably the hardest part, is just doing that. That'll break all the nitros. Then we just have to go back and collect the last few boxes. We have to go all the way back to the beginning. Those last 3, and just make our way back to the exit. Okay, there isn't much of the level left. We just have to do this last little puzzle section, which you can get smashed in here, but it's not too hard to not get smashed. You just have to. This is really the only one that could really smash you. Or no, not that one. This one. Yeah, that's the only one that you really have any risk of getting smashed. As long as you do the other ones the right way. Like this one. You want to do it from there. You don't want to do it from anywhere else, because you will get smashed. So as we do this, we're going to take the elevator down, get the hidden gem. Hidden gem is in the foreground here. We're just going to run towards the camera, pick it up, and do this last little part. Make sure you do your econo jumps pretty late here so you make it all the way across. Break all the locked crates. And then that's pretty much it. There's the last crates right there. So see 1, 2, 2, and 1, 2, 2. Now there's 2 UFO guys, so just make sure they don't kill you. And that's it. Spin that trigger box for fun and pick up the gem. So there's all 6 gems for stowing away N.Verted in one run. And that was insanely perfect. So, I mean, I already did insanely perfect normally, but anyway, I'll catch you in the next one.